All right. Thank you for joining us today, everybody. This is the Ecom Blab Show. I am your host, Melissa Paz. This is my co-host, Roger Keyserling. And our special guest today is David
Mayer.
Sorry, Mayer, yes. I was like, I just had it. So it's a good start to the show. And we are actually going to be covering shipping tips from experts on how to send your items that you sell on eBay or Amazon or any other e-commerce, or even for personal times. You know, we're always shipping out a lot of gifts during the holidays. So it's good to have a few tips, a few techniques, know where to get your things, how to save money, so that when you're shipping your items out, you're doing it as quickly, as efficiently, and as cheaply as possible. All right, so David, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in eBay? Tell us about your story. And I know you sell on Amazon as well, so just give us a little bit of information and background on yourself.
I do sell on Amazon as well. First, let me give a shout out to all the Facebook groups that I'm in. You know, Cindy's Online Selling Tips, Shipping with the Boys, Thrifting with the Boys, Marketing with the Boys, eBay Stores, Rogers and Mary's groups, Sellers Helping Sellers, and whatnot. It's a great learning experience to be in all of those groups. There's so much great information. I started on eBay maybe about 6 years ago, and it was interesting how I started. I was living in Ventura at the time with my girlfriend, and we had a garage sale. And I had an old German Stein, you know, the one that's lidded and really decorated, and it was decorated with fish, and it was kind of a cool Stein, but you know, we were just clearing out stuff, and I had it sitting on the table there for $1. And this lady, this really nice lady, picks it up, and she looks at it. She looks at the bottom of it, and she sees that there's a maker mark on it. And I don't know anything about selling anything. I had just retired from being in the retail sector, but I don't know anything about online selling. And she comes up to me, and she brings it up here, and I had it marked $1. And she goes, "You need to do a little research on the marks on the bottom of this, and I think you'll find that it's probably worth a whole lot more than $1." So I put it aside, put it back in the garage, finished the garage sale, went in the house, got on the computer, never done research for, you know, collectibles or vintage items or anything. And I did research, and I looked it up, and I finally found it, and I thought, wow, I could probably get $100 for this if I sold it on eBay.
Nice.
So I already had a buying account on eBay. I went on, I listed on eBay, and in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I sold it for $100.
Sweet.
What a nice lady. And that's kind of why I like being in the group so much, because we're able to help so many people do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Group can really make a difference in how successful you are. If you have to look everything up, you spend 30 minutes. If you go to group, you ask a question, and the best people available give you your answer. My business would not be near what it is today without groups. I owe that.
Absolutely. But it's also important that I think one of the best things that we can teach in the groups that probably isn't taught enough is how to do the research yourself.
Yes.
Because not everything you find, you're going to get an answer on when you post it. So learning how to get online and what to search for and how to search and do the research, you know, it goes the old adage, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for life. So that's what we need to do more, is to teach people how to research and access the information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it does make a big difference, both just knowing how to use your resources, because I generally will start doing this Google search, but there are certain things that you know that you're going to get a better answer or a quicker answer from the groups, and other things, you know, really do your own research. So it just really depends. But once you get kind of the hang of it, it really does help. So tell us about, you know, how did you get into Amazon as well?
Well, Amazon, I came across a boatload of books that were novels, and you know, novels, you really can't sell novels for very much. But I wanted to kind of start liquidating them, and I went to Amazon and I started listing on Amazon Merchant Fulfilled, and they started selling. And then over time, I started adding more items, and now I do FBA. I shop. I do some retail arbitrage, maybe very little wholesale. I don't I haven't gotten into the wholesale sector yet, so that'll be fun to at some point explore. I'm a small seller. I'm a modest seller, and I have a blog out, that's online selling from a modest seller. And because I am a modest seller, I'm just small. I'm retired. I have a pension coming in. I don't have to do this. I do it because I like it, and it's extra. It's supplement to my pension, and I meet all of these great people.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people in that same category. So I think that's also one of the interesting things with eBay and Amazon. You have sellers who do it as a hobby for a little extra cash here and there, and you have sellers that make millions. So there's all levels, and I think that we can all really learn from each other. Well,
that's the nice part about owning your own business, and anybody that says that this is not owning your own business is wrong. You own your own business, and you get what you put into it out of it. So if you want to be a big seller, you be a big seller. If you want to be a small seller, you be a small seller. Do the work. It's not easy. Do the work. I mean, I'm at this 7 days a week, but I like it. It's the first time in my life that I've actually done a job that I really, really love.
It makes such a huge difference, right?
Really. And my phone's next to my bed when I'm sleeping at night, and I have sales. I hear them. I have messages in the middle of the night, and sometimes I'll get up at 2 or 3 in the morning and answer a message if it wakes me up. Yeah.
I think we all do that at points. Sometimes we got to silence our phone so we don't get interrupted in the middle of the night. It's difficult when that cha-ching comes in.
That cha-ching has me wide awake, sound asleep, 1 minute sleep, in a coma. I hear that cha-ching. I'm like, boing. Okay, what do I do?
I have an iPad. I have an iPhone. My computer kind of runs all night long, even though it's in sleep mode. I've got an Apple Watch, so I'm hearing cha-chings and feeling vibrations and everything when they go off. I mean, I get 2 or 3 cha-chings from one sale just because of the multiple devices.
Oh, yeah. It confuses. I have parrots. They mimic my cha-chings to wake up. Yeah. I'm trying to train them to do it on command. I'm going to do an ad.
Cool. Erdal says that he loves Amazon FBA. I love Amazon FBA too, and I really wish that I would get a cha-ching or some kind of notification on my phone every time that I get a sale. Of course, it would probably blow up my phone, but I really would love to have some kind. I only get a notification if it's a merchant fulfilled, and then it comes in as a text message.
That's right. It comes in as a text, yes.
I would love a whole
text on eBay. Is that able to be set up?
Not that I know of. A text from eBay?
Yeah, when instead of going to my email, which I never look at, I would rather get a text on my phone, which I look at 24/7.
Well, no, but if you have the app, the iPhone app, you get the notification, which is the
Do they have that for Android?
I
yes,
think so.
Absolutely.
You should get a notification on the app. It should come up on your screen and have the notification on because I know my eBay app has the little numbers on it, even if it's for different things. It'll be whether I sold something, whether I got a message, whether something I bought shipped out or not. So I have those little, the little number notifications on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing after the show. I'm going to find my Android app for that. I love those apps.
It's an Android app, but here's the difference that I've noticed in the Android app between the iOS app, and that's that you're going to get a cha-ching probably, whether it be for a sale or for a bid on an item.
Right.
And I think messages have a different sound, whereas on the iPhone, you only get a cha-ching when it sells. Everything else is a different sound.
Yeah, it's a different notification sound. Yep, this is true. All right, so let's get a little bit into the nitty-gritty of shipping tips, which is our topic of today. So, okay. David, what do you have on hand? Where do you get your supplies from? So, just tell us a little bit about your shipping routine and what's your favorite way of handling things.
Okay, well, I'm in Southern California here, and we have a great place called Papermart. And you can buy online from them, papermart.com. But with shipping, they could be comparable or maybe a little bit more expensive to some of the other spots, on eBay or online. But for me, they're local. If I order $300 at a time, they deliver it on their own truck to my house for free. If I buy under $300, if I buy 20 items and it doesn't come to $300, it's still only $16 for me to get the whole order delivered to my door next day, which is nice. And it's that way anywhere in Southern California. So if you live in Southern California, look up papermart.com, and they are an awesome resource for boxes, bubble wrap, packing peanuts, all of that. Bubble Fast is a great resource. Mark and Robin Levine from Bubble Wrap, they are such huge community leaders and have done so much for the online selling community that I actually sometimes buy stuff from them, even if I don't get the best price, just because they've done so much for us as a community, and I love to support them. Staples.
Oh,
we froze.
It froze. Let's just give it a moment.
Yeah, it might come back.
Yeah. Oh, and we were doing so well. All right, let's just hang tight for David to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, it kicked him out.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Let's see if he can get back in. All right, while we wait for David to come back in, Roger, where do you get your shipping supplies from?
I get most of my stuff from the post office, and then everything else is pretty much PVC bags. If I need cardboard, wherever I find it. And I shop so much. I have tons of cardboard just from when I go shopping. So I'll take a box and I'll cut it up and I'll make my own, and then I'll put those inside of a PVC bag. I do that a lot for odd shaped things, and I do it for regular things too. It just depends. But most of the supplies I get, I order from the post office, priority mail.
Okay.
If it fits in a PVC bag, it's normally first class. So
right.
The heavier stuff is priority mailboxes. And I do all my own shipping at the local post office with UPS. I don't use anything else. And I only use global shipping program.
Yeah. Bear with me just a moment. I think, let me see if David, no, he hasn't been able to send me a message on Facebook. Let me send him a quick message.
Yeah, it looked like he sees that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
I lost you. Come back. You'll have to forgive us, guys. For those of you just joining, we are Ecom Blab, and we are talking about shipping tips to save money and time for when you are shipping those items that you get for reselling on eBay, on Amazon, or for your own personal shipping purposes, whether you sell from another website or you have to ship out gifts. So we are waiting for our guest, David Rayer, to come back.
Okay, David wrote me. He said his internet dropped. He'll be back in just a moment.
Yes. Okay. All right. So he will be back in
time.
That's what happened. So this is a commercial break, and we are talking about Bubble Fast, which a lot of eBayers are familiar with, and they are really good people to work with. They're really nice. I actually do shop with them. I get my my PVC bags from them, my poly mailers I get from them, and I think I've ordered like the shipping labels and a few other, some of the transparent, the clear bags I've ordered from them when I want to send something over to FBA and I need it to be with a clear bag that has the suffocation warning already on it, and they seal
with the little pull tab that you pull off.
With the little pull tabs, and it has the suffocation warning.
For clothes. I love.
Yes, those are great for clothes. Awesome. I use them for clothes, and I've used them for other like beauty products that I'll wrap it in real nice and really tight in there. And that way Amazon doesn't give me a hard time. So I will use that. Now, Roger was telling us where he gets his materials. I'll tell you where I get mine. I also get mine a lot from the post office, be it from going to my local post office, which is right around the corner. Some of the box sizes I will order directly from their site, or eBay. There's an area in eBay. Roger, I don't know if you know the link. I could try and pull it up. There's a specific, like the shoebox size that you can get from eBay. There's some sizes that you get from eBay that the post office doesn't have linked on their website. And it is free.
These?
Yeah, like those. I'm trying to remember if I can pull up the website, eBay. Let me see if I can find it, because there's definitely a site from them. There's an area that you can get shipping boxes from eBay itself that is free.
I've never done that. I always just order it from the post office.
Here it is. I got it. I will share this with you guys because I found it to be a fabulous cheap ass boxes says Don't forget us. I am not familiar with you guys, but I'm sure we can learn. Oh, David's coming back in. There we go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you great. We even did okay on the filler.
I'm so sorry. I've been having so much trouble with our internet here, and they were out yesterday, and then they were going to send an outside guy today. And we told them, no, they can't send it today. I go, because I got this event that I have to be on, and they showed up this morning anyway, and I sent them away. And sure enough, right in the middle of it, my internet drops 2 or 3 times a day every day.
I have problems with the internet. I'm out in the middle of the boonies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really in the boonies.
So where were we? I was talking about Staples. Did I get that far?
Yes. Well, you got into Staples and then it cut out. So go ahead and tell us about that. And then we have a question from Katrina that she would like for you to answer.
So Staples, a few times a year, they run a 40% off coupon. And so their prices on boxes already aren't too bad. They're a bit more expensive than you're going to get from most people. But with a 40% off, it brings them way down, and I actually get a better price from them than I do from my box supplier on some of my smaller boxes that I use like this with the 40% off. And then PayPal Digital Gifts on occasion runs a Staples digital gift card on eBay at 15% off. They'll run a $100 one or a $200 one. So whenever they run it, I'll buy a $100 one or a $200 one at 15% off. And then when Staples has their 40% off coupon, so.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, folks?
Yeah.
You get a gift card from Staples with a discount and then wait for them to have that 40% discount, and you're definitely getting a lot of bang for your buck. That's a great tip.
That's right. It works great.
All right. So Katrina had a question about how to best ship a Spartus 1970 Starburst clock. And she hasn't listed it because of its size and shape. She's just not sure how to ship it. And she wants to make sure, how much bubble wrap.
Well, how big is it? I would need to see it or know how big it is. Is it an atomic clock? Does it have all those arms sticking off of it? Anything could be shipped, but yeah, just lots of bubble wrap. Make sure the box is a little oversized. Ship it. I'm assuming that it's going to be.
It's pretty big. Apparently, it's 27 inches both ways. So
27 by 27. So you're going to put it in. You need about 4 extra inches. You need 2 inches on every diameter. So if it's 27 by 27, you want to go 31. In a 31 or 32 inch box, square box. And then depending on how thick it is, you're going to want to make sure you got 4 inches on the top, 4 inches on the bottom, bubble wrap it real good or pack it with packing peanuts really good. And more than likely ship it FedEx or UPS will probably be your best rate. I'm guessing you could ship it anywhere in the nation in that size box for probably under $50. And that price probably goes down depending on, for $50 or $60, depending on the distance from you. It could go all the way down as low as $10 or $15 if it's going close.
Yeah, it just depends on the weight as well.
Well, when you get into a box that's 27 by 20.
Well, yeah, right.
Or 31 by 31 by, say 10.
Yeah.
It goes dimensional weight. And so chances are it's going to be in there and be the same price regardless of the weight.
Okay, and Roger has a good question. Which is the best for big boxes, UPS or USPS?
What are we talking about here? If I'm shipping from here to New York in a big box,
Is it based on zones?
Yeah,
Like
I'm in California. So if I'm shipping in a big box, I'm going to New York. I'm going FedEx or UPS. If I'm shipping to Northern California from Southern California, Priority Mail is probably going to be cheapest.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I thought I'd ask.
So your zones from where you're at is going to make a difference. If you're shipping close, you can almost always ship it cheaper Priority Mail.
Yeah.
See, I'm very fortunate. I'm in Missouri, so everything's the same distance.
Right. Right. I don't know if you have gone in and looked at a zone chart. I don't know what zone 8 is for you. There has to be a zone 8 for you.
Well, Oregon, I end up paying a bunch, but everything else is 1 or 2 zones.
Okay. I'm guessing that you're in the middle and you got probably the corners might all be zones. I'll be zone 8s for you.
Yeah. The whole center is normally in my zone.
Right. And just to explain to people, a lot of people don't understand what zones are. So I'm in California, and that makes New York zone 8. Where you're located is always going to be zone 1. So Roger's in Missouri. So for Roger, he's zone 1. I'm in California. I'm zone 1. New York for me is zone 8. Utah for me is zone 4. Where are you at, Melissa?
I'm in Florida, in Orlando.
Florida, I think you're zone 6 probably.
Yeah, I think so, because when I ship to California, it's zone 6 for me.
Right. So when you're thinking about zones, that's how the zones work. Where you're shipping from is zone 1, and then the zones go by there. And USPS has a chart that's based on the first 3 letters of your zip code. I'm going to put the link in the window here, and you can punch in your first three numbers and hit the go button, and it will tell you what the zone is for the first 3 numbers of every other zone in America. And
awesome.
That's a way that you can find that out.
And David, I wanted to ask you, do you always, or are you already so familiar with it that you don't bother, but do you always double check to see whether it's going to be cheaper for USPS or to send UPS or FedEx when you're shipping something from eBay or even from Amazon? I
do comparison shipping all the time. I pretty much have it right already. I already know in my head what it's going to be. But I mean, when you go to Target or when you go to any place, you comparison shop, even though you already know how much those shoes are going to cost. You comparison shop, and you should always comparison shop. And I use ShipStation is what I use as my shipping service. I don't ship through eBay or Amazon. I don't use any of their shipping. I always use ShipStation, which has comparison. You hit the button and it tells you the prices for all the shippers that I use, which would be FedEx, UPS, and USPS.
Okay. And so does ShipStation give you same or better rates than eBay does or Amazon for certain shipping categories?
Yes. First off, ShipStation is a paid account. And you might ask yourself, why do you want to pay for a service when you can ship for eBay on free? Well, I ship from multiple places. And so all my shipping goes into one spot. It's all in ShipStation. And when you have a ShipStation account, you get a free Stamps.com account. And with a Stamps.com account, you get all of the commercial base pricing, which is the same online pricing that everybody gets. And on eBay, it's the same rate for them. Now, if you're top-rated seller on eBay, you get what's called commercial plus pricing. ShipStation also comes with an account called Express One. And that gives you commercial plus pricing for priority and express mail services with USPS. So the only thing that I'm not getting my best rate with on ShipStation is for my international first class. I actually can do that better through eBay. And that's the only service that I get a better rate through eBay on.
Okay. And if you were to have to send something international that wasn't sold on eBay, say, for example, I'll get very specific here. I am starting to set up my Amazon UK account. And although I plan on sending most things FBA, but it might happen that I have to ship something from my home and I have to send it international. I've been using Stamps.com for that. Would ShipStation allow you to do that?
Absolutely. I ship international. I still ship international using ShipStation priority, and when I sell stuff on Amazon or Etsy or Bonanza, I still do it all the time. So I ship everything through ShipStation except for items that sell on eBay that are going first class international. I'm still using eBay for that.
So what do you do about your tracking? Does that automatically load to eBay when you use ShipStation, or do you just enter the number?
Yes, if you sell it on ShipStation, if you sell it on eBay or you sell it on Amazon, it automatically uploads the tracking and notifies the customer.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Right. It works just like Stamps.com.
Okay.
ShipStation uses Stamps.com's postage for all
that
services except for the Commercial Plus services.
And you're on a Mac, so I'm assuming that it doesn't have the limitations like Stamps does, that we can't do everything from our Macs. Because that's one of the reasons I've held back from using Stamps.com, I'll tell you.
It's web-based, so it's not a program.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Web-based. You can use it from anywhere in the world.
That's good to know. How much are you? Yeah, I actually got to look at it because I'm having all these complicated shipping situations. It's not just eBay and Amazon anymore. And, I've found that sometimes Stamps.com does give me a better rate for parcel or for priority, so it's good to have that. Also, how much are you paying? I mean, I haven't actually gone to ShipStation's website right now. So how much does the service go for?
I don't remember. I want to say around $39 or $40. It depends. And then you can link. I put a link in the sidebar for ShipStation. And just so everybody knows, that's an affiliate link. So
sure, of
sign
course.
up for it. You can use my link, and if you love me and you sign up for it, use my link. If you don't love me so much, then go find it yourself and sign up.
Okay, yeah, they do seem to have different. I pulled it up right now because I can't help myself. So apparently, they have different levels depending on how much you are shipping. So it's not so bad. I mean, it just really depends on what your needs are.
Right. Now, do you already have a Stamps.com, Melissa?
I do. I have to I set it up recently. I got to make sure that they're giving me the free eBay one. But the thing is, I understand that with the free eBay one, you can't make your own shipments. There's a limitation. And then it's $16 a month. But ShipStation is only $9 a month if I'm only doing a few shipments with them. So I guess I'd have to really weigh the options here.
Weigh it out, yeah. And then Octane Ship Manager, which is an app in eBay, which is a scaled down version of ShipStation, is $10 a month, and that comes with a free Express One account, so you could do your Commercial Plus shipping using just that if you wanted, and it's scaled down, and that's what I was using up until a couple months ago when Eric Nash talked me into trying ShipStation. Eric Nash from Stamps.com talked me into trying out ShipStation, and I love it.
A question earlier was explain FOMO with a twist.
FOMO with a twist. Okay.
Okay.
Some years back, my friend Cindy Sorley invented a method called FOMO. And what that is for shipping mugs. She wanted to find a cheaper way to ship mugs. Normally, most mugs, once they're boxed, weigh over a pound. So that puts it at shipping at the 2-pound rate. From California to New York, 2 pounds is $8.99 if you're top rated plus. It's like $9.97 if you're just using online rate.
Right.
Well, that gets expensive to ship a mug. So she figured out to take a piece of card, to bubble wrap a mug, take a piece of cardboard and kind of make a little round box for it, and then take a padded flat rate mailer and stuff it in there and ship it. And with TRS, it's $5.35 to any zip code. That would include military addresses, Guam, all the territories, Hawaii, Alaska, $5.35 anywhere. So what I did is I'm too lazy to make a box. So I did some research after seeing a video from Mark Levine's Bubble Fast, where they have this box called a Scotty Stuffer. And the Scotty Stuffer was actually designed to fit in one of these. And you can use a mug. You can put a mug in that, bubble wrap it, stick it in there, stick that in here, and ship it for $5.35. I think that if you buy them in bulk, they come out to a little bit over $1 a box. So I thought that was a little bit pricey. So I started looking for a box, and I found these boxes. They're 8x5x4 boxes. Is it upside down? 8x5x4 boxes. And I can put this box in here.
They fit in there? Wow.
It fits in there. And so what I do is I bubble wrap the mug, and then I stick it in the box, and I'll load it up with some fill, and you make it tight. If you shake it and there's movement in there, it can still break. one of the most important things when you're shipping a breakable item is that it cannot move in the box. More items break from movement in the box than any other reason. And then I tape it up, and I take a padded flat rate mailer, and I stick it in there, and that's what it looks like.
As long as you don't cut the mailer, you're good to go, right?
You don't want to cut the mailer or change the size, and it has to tape down where it was originally meant to seal.
Tape down. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Money. Think if you sold 100 mugs, paying a price differential of $2.50, $3, depending on where it's going. Think how much money you can save as a seller using that method. That's an awesome method.
That's right.
That is really good.
So
for a lot of things.
This is one of my most used boxes, and I buy these boxes in bundles of 25 from Paper Mart for 33 cents a piece.
Oh, wow.
33 cents is worth my time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And when Staples has the 40% off, I get them for about 30 cents a box from Staples in bundles of 25. So, and then even less because I'm using that Staples gift card.
That's
wow.
Cool.
So this is one of my favorite boxes. You can put, if you pack it really well, you can actually put 2 mugs in here and ship 2 mugs for $5.35. But the nice part is that you can put 10 pounds worth of coins in here and ship them $5.35. And that's nice. So this is my favorite box. And then I have another one that also fits in there, which is 8 by 6 by 3. It's not tall enough for a mug, but it's great for flatware, coins, anything heavy like that. And this also fits in the padded mailer.
That's good. That's good.
That's awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about Amazon stuff. I know we have a lot of people that are eBay here, but I know we have some Amazon people. So you're doing FBA, which for those who are not familiar is Fulfilled by Amazon. It's where you send out your products to Amazon's warehouses across the country, and then Amazon sends out the items for you. So what's your process like, or how do you when you're shipping out, do you wait till you have a huge amount of stuff, or you're sending out smaller shipments? What do you do?
I normally send in about 4 boxes at a time, maybe 19 by 13 by 19. I use my extra bubble wrap boxes that my bubble wrap comes in, and I usually fill those up and send them out. I don't send a lot into FBA. I'm not a huge seller. I have an item that's kind of my own. I'm one of the exclusive online sellers for it, and it's a carpet spot cleaner called Carpet Details, and
it works too.
Yeah, really awesome.
Good. Stuff. I used it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really great stuff. And so I ship in. This is what I ship more to them than anything. And when I start getting low, I fill a bunch of boxes and send them in. And it seems like Amazon's always has me send into 3 warehouses.
Yeah, I've had the situation where I've had anywhere from 2 to 5 warehouses. I don't like it when they make me send like 1 or 2 items to one warehouse. But
distribution, right?
Yes, it's for their distribution. And there are a few tricks to, I don't want to say game the system, but it is kind of gaming the system. If you have an item that you're sending out, right? And you're going to send out, let's say, anywhere from 1 to 7 items of the same item. If you put them into your shipping flow on Amazon, it might get separated, right? And it might not be to your benefit, because they might be telling you to ship 1 out here and then 2 over there and 3 over there. And really, it would be best to have them all together, right?
Right.
So what you can do is you tell Amazon that you're only shipping 1, but then once you've approved the shipments and you go into the individual shipments, you can up it up to 7. So from 1, you could go up to 7.
Right. You can change it by 6, right?
You can change it by 6. Exactly. You can't go more than that, but you can change it up to 7. And that way I've been able to save myself a little money, because they were going to make me send maybe just 3 of this item to a different warehouse that was further away, versus one that's closer. So that's something that I've found helps me a bit when I'm trying to cut down on shipping costs. I mean, Amazon shipping costs are definitely way lower than if we were to send these items in individually, but it still adds up, you know, depending on what it is.
Right. And I understand that. And I kind of do it a little differently. What I do is I go in and I'll put in 30 of these, 20 of the other size, 30 of the other size, and then it'll give me a shipping plan. And then I go in and I pack it all up. And inevitably, there's always the box is too small for 1 or 2 units. You know, the big box that I'm shipping in, and another box has empty space. Then I start shifting around and changing those numbers so that I can make it all fit.
Right. Yeah, so you just got to work around it depending on what you've got going on, you know, basically. So somebody was asking if we have trouble shipping liquids like that.
Well, this is, I ship this dry. This is actually a powder. You can see the powder.
Oh, it's a powder. Oh, okay.
It's dry just so I don't have to ship liquids. And then the buyer, the customer, I enclose a note, and the customer
with the instructions on
fills
what
it
to
with
do.
Fills it with warm water. And Roger got one. And
oh yeah, that's great. But if it was a liquid you were shipping, would you have difficulty shipping it that way?
No, I've shipped liquid. I actually have a hardwood floor cleaner that comes in a 32-ounce bottle, and I ship that liquid, and I haven't had any issues. But I ship that myself. Yeah. I don't FBA that.
Okay. I actually do ship out liquids to FBA a lot, but they're shampoos and conditioners and hair products. So they're in plastic bottles. Mind you, if you can't ship glass bottles to FBA unless they're like super small. They don't want glass.
And
so
can you excuse me for just a minute? Sure. Believe it or not, AT&T is out front wanting to fix my internet, even though I sent them away. Let me go send them away, and I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay. So what I've done is, so it's, you know, shampoos, conditioners, and everything like that. So I will take each individual bottle and tape the lid to make sure that it doesn't shift or open while it's being shipped. Then, because these are bundles, I will put them together into a transparent, either a poly mailer, or it could even be a Ziploc bag, and I will put it into the Ziploc bag, make it really nice and tight, tape it up so that it won't get loose. And then I'll put it into another transparent bag, put on the labels, and I can send out, I mean, I think recently I sent out maybe 30 or 40 sets like that, and they arrived just fine. So you just have to be careful with it, but you can certainly ship in liquids as long as they're not in a glass bottle.
What about eBay fulfillment shipping? How is that developing? And I know a few people do that.
What do you mean? Like Amazon, like eBay's version of Amazon shipping? I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it.
Do they have eBay has a fulfillment center now?
They have places that you can do that will do it, I think.
But those are third party.
Are any of those any good?
I haven't tried them.
I haven't either. I thought about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even know if there's anything around my area like that, so I don't know. What I do is have my items in Amazon and have Amazon ship it to my eBay buyers with multi-channel fulfillment. I will do that.
Right.
That I would be tempted if I was selling on Amazon still.
Right.
You know, it's interesting that you said that because I sell gallon bottles of my carpet cleaner, and so it ships at the 2-pound rate. So from California to New York, it's $8.99, $9 for me to ship it from here. If I have Amazon ship it multi-channel fulfillment, it only costs me $7.
I like that. Save money.
Yeah,
right.
You can certainly save money by doing that. I mean, it depends on the weight of the item and certain things, and where it's going and everything. But I mean, it also saves me the hassle of having to package it up individually, because if I'm sending over to Amazon 30 sets, only a couple of those will actually sell on eBay and have to be shipped out by Amazon on my behalf. But it still saves me time and money and effort to just have Amazon do it when I can, for the most part.
Right.
Okay, so we've got a link here to eBay acquires GSI Commerce. Okay, got to take a look at that. And
I put a link in the chat to a video that I made using the shipping a mug in the padded flat rate mailer, and I take that, I package it, I show how I do it, and then I kick it all up and down the street so you can see how well it holds up.
Awesome. And by the way, guys, you can also take a look at the comments and everything if you watch the replay on Blab itself later. Since this is being recorded, you can watch the full replay with all of the comments, and all of the links that we've posted will show up on the replay later. We will upload this to YouTube, so it won't show on there. Unfortunately, it doesn't save over all the comments and all the links, but you can definitely see it on Blab later, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So does anybody have any questions or comments? David, would you feel all right at this point if we were to open up the seat and have somebody come in and tell us a little bit? All right. So if anybody wants to join us, feel free, and we will answer any questions. Or if you have suggestions or would like to talk to us about your own shipping habits, feel free to jump on in. And we will be more than happy to have you join the conversation. So let's see. At the busy place. You
guys all need to be using regional rate also.
Oh, yeah.
I do when I can, or when when it's the best price. So it just depends.
It's the most misunderstood shipping method there is. People don't understand it and learn about it. It will save you so much money in the long run shipping certain items.
Oh my gosh, I need to order some more. I was going to sell a box. I'm out. Oh my gosh, I got to order some. There you go.
Yeah. I have a bunch of them.
This is a regional rate A box, and this is the side loader, and then this is the top loader.
Yeah.
I like both.
I have a bunch of those.
Yeah.
I use these. I ship children's sheets in these,
mm-hmm.
and they weigh 4 pounds boxed, and it ships at the 2 pound rate anywhere in the nation.
What about? I had the idea the other day. Now, I'm not going to do this because I'm afraid it might wrinkle everything. But, comforters,
mm-hmm.
and they cost me a little bit more because the box is really big. You can go to the dollar store and get a space bag that you vacuum the air out and smash that sucker down, and it'll fit in a regional box.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Because I have been very tempted. I have 40, 50 sets of comforters back here.
I got to tell you, search the groups. You're going to see people do it all the time.
Really?
People do it all the time, and
should that be in the listing? You think?
Pardon?
Should we put that in the listing that the ship?
I don't think that you have to, because normally a comforter that comes out is already wrinkled, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah, they are wrinkled when we get them out of the packaging. Because I used to do a lot of bedding when I first started with FBA as well. I mean, I didn't vacuum seal anything because I was just shipping it off to FBA. But yeah, those suckers take up a huge box and they weigh a ton. So if they're vacuum sealed, I'd imagine you'd save $5-10 on shipping easy or more.
Especially the sets that have pillows inside. Those pillows cost me $20 minimum to send, no matter what they weigh, just because of the size of the box.
Dimensional.
I vacuum those things down. We're talking $7.50, $8 from my zone. $7.50, $8 almost everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, it certainly couldn't hurt to put in the listing that will be shipped with all the air sucked out. I don't know.
Right. We'll have to find a good word for that. No, I may just do that because, if I sold 20 or 30 of those in a month's time, and each one is $5 or $6 or $10 more for me to ship, I mean, that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, it really does add up.
It really does.
Do that.
Gladys, do you want to come in?
Yeah.
You can come in.
Well shipped, vacuum sealed.
Yeah, and cheap ass boxes. You can also join us. There is one open seat, so if anybody wants to come in, don't be shy. Oh, she has to go pick up Sarah. Okay, we understand that. But if anybody else would like to join us, feel free. The seat is open, and we will let you jump in. Not a problem. I was going to say, I get a lot of shipping material for free. I order stuff from Amazon a lot for my own personal stuff.
Those airbags, right?
Those airbags.
I love those things.
I love them. And those big chunks of paper.
Oh,
I keep those because the only thing that Amazon doesn't like me to use to ship is peanuts. So I have all the peanuts that I get from my wholesale orders. I save them. And if I'm shipping out something for an eBay order or even an Amazon order, but it's not FBA, out you go in the peanuts.
Like
but
peanuts.
Amazon will not allow you to ship to FBA with peanuts because it makes a huge mess in the warehouse.
Yeah.
You have to use paper. I don't even think you can use the air bubbles, can you?
Yeah, you can use the air bubbles. I send out stuff from the air bubbles all the time. Yeah. It's the only thing you can't, as far as I know, the only thing that they are just like, no, is the packing peanuts.
And shreds.
And shreds, yes, because again, because of the mess, because it makes too much mess. Yeah, which makes sense.
Not being able to ship in peanuts, I love those things.
Yeah, I have a big bunch, but it's only for stuff that I ship out, not if I'm going to send it over to Amazon.
You know what you can do to cut the mess? On the top of the box of the peanuts, I take 2 long strips of my packing tape and I just set it underneath when I fold the box. Mm-hmm. When the people open the box, the peanuts don't go flying out with the air draft. The tape top will keep it down. That's just a little trick I use.
So here's a great tip for you guys that want to take the time to do this. A lot of people they won't buy their boxes or their packing supplies. They'll scurry all over town and find places that will give them boxes and packing supplies. Well, I told you guys that I use Paper Mart and they deliver here. Well, I buy big quantities when I buy it, and then I list about half of it on Craigslist, and I sell half of it locally on Craigslist. People come by your house.
Good idea.
The money that I make from reselling pays for all of my shipping supplies.
What? I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
That is a great tip. That is clever. Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
That same thing. You know I'm going to do that.
Yeah, Roger's going to start doing that now.
I will by tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, if you can find, I don't normally do boxes just because everybody wants a different size boxes, but bubble wrap and packing, I carry 3 sizes of bubble wrap, and I carry the big 14 cubic, the big 6 foot tall bags of packing peanuts. And I sell them on Amazon, and people come by here, or on Craigslist. And people come by here all the time.
That's good. I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah, it helps.
Oh, well, that's amazing. No, I get a lot of the free stuff. I try not to have to buy anything. So really the most that I'll buy is tape, because there's no way to get free tape. The poly mailers and pretty much everything else, even the big boxes, I will either get them when Amazon sends me stuff, or even from my husband's job, he'll get them when they get shipments over there. So I'll do that. So I really don't have to spend a lot on packing material. I mean, unless you look at the other things like, shipping labels and ink for the printer.
You would need to buy the boxes to fit inside of the padded envelopes for Fromo.
Yeah, those I'd have to get.
Hard to find if you don't buy them.
Yeah, that would be a different case.
That's why I make my own to fit in the box in the pattern.
Right.
If you look over my shoulder, you'll see that box up there that's full of air pillows from Amazon.
Yeah. My garage is packed with boxes and all this stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not having to use as much shipping material or pack as much stuff as I used to because I'm doing the drop shipping now. But every now and then, or anytime that I'm going to send over to FBA, you got to have your packing materials and your tapes and everything. So do you guys have a preference for tape or for tape guns or any particular tape that's good or one that's bad, that's awful? I've used some that are terrible.
2 mil.
This is my shark tape gun. Looks like a shark.
Look at that. It is. That's a cool one.
My cheaper copy.
It's a little bit heavy, especially I think it's a little bit heavy. For women, I don't want to make that sound wrong, but for women, it's heavy. It's a little bit bigger than most of them. Takes getting used to. It's the best. I love this gun. It's the best. And then I use the Scotch shipping tape. I get it at Costco. Again, 4 times a year they have a sale there with a $7 off coupon. Brings it to 8 rolls for about $16, $17 maybe, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I just bought what did I buy? I think it was like a dozen rolls on eBay for, I can't remember now, maybe $15.
I pay quite a bit. I buy 36 rolls at a time on eBay, and normally I order 2 or 3 at a time. I mean, I do a lot of shipping.
But you do a lot of shipping. I saw the photo you posted earlier today. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is it thin tape or thick tape? Is it pretty thin or is it?
No, 2 mil. I order the 2 mil tape. That anything under that, you've got breakage. Now, I did order a bunch of the real cheap 1.7 for my padded envelopes. I always put a plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what that means. Plus around habit. I always do that on all my padded envelopes. So rather than my good tape, I use that really cheap junk for that. But really, if you're going to ship, it's got to be 2 mil or above.
Yeah,
really.
2 mil. I prefer Scotch tape. If I can get my hands on Scotch tape at a good price, I definitely prefer the Scotch.
I think this stuff's like 4 mil, isn't it? It's really.
I don't know. I haven't looked, but it's
heavy.
It's better. It's it definitely doesn't break as easily. It sticks better. It's just better.
So I have a little bit of an off-topic question for you, Melissa. Merchant fulfilled. People sometimes buy from me and use me as a drop shipper. I'm assuming I got a buyer has 5 orders from me now over the past year for books, and every one of them have gone to a different person.
Right.
So I'm assuming that he's using me as a drop ship for books that I have listed.
It's a possibility. I had somebody doing that with me for CDs.
Which is fine. I don't care who I sell it to.
Yeah.
I shipped out a book end of last week, and I got a call from the person that I shipped it to today. I missed the call, but I got a voicemail from her. She says she didn't order the book. What do I do? I'm going to call her back, but I contact the guy that ordered it from me.
Yeah, I would send a message to them. If it's through Amazon, you know how you can send them a message. To send them a message and tell them what happened, and to see what information you can get from them, and I guess go from there, because that's pretty odd. They must have shipped it to the wrong person.
If Amazon ships for you,
this was a merchant fulfilled item.
Yeah, so they gave you the address for you to ship it to, and you shipped it to whoever they told you. So they must have probably gotten mixed up and gave you the wrong address to the wrong person.
Yeah, maybe she bought something else from them.
Right, probably bought something else and got the wrong book. They probably got their orders mixed up. I actually had this situation the other day when I got a return that wasn't purchased from me. Somebody returned something to me.
The wrong address? Oh, no.
My name, returning it to me, to my name, my address, but it's not something that I carry in my inventory. And then I couldn't, there wasn't enough information on the package. I can't even get in touch with whoever sent it to me. I'm assuming that they might have bought something from me in the past and that somehow they got mixed up and sent it to me, but they didn't send enough information in the packaging for me to be able, or even on where they shipped it in. I don't know which. No. So I don't even know who bought it, how to get in touch with them. So
put it online, sell it.
It's a shirt. It was a cute girl's shirt, and it might be in my closet right now.
You wore that out the other night when you went to friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's free now. I mean, I will go bend over backwards for any buyer. I mean,
absolutely. But what am I going to do?
To the right address, they don't get it back.
How am I supposed to get in touch with them? I'm sorry, but it's not going to come out of my pocket to ship it to whoever you were actually supposed to ship it to. So,
but of course, now if they contacted you in some way.
Oh, if they contacted me and sent me, oh my gosh, I sent it by accident, I'd be more than happy. But no communication, no nothing. Shipping stuff happens all the time. Like I had somebody. Well, you know about this story, Roger. I had somebody, buy a bikini. Oh. She couldn't get her mail for whatever reason. I guess this lady shops a lot online, and her mailbox gets so filled that they can't even deliver stuff anymore. She goes on trips, doesn't get her stuff, contacts me a month later, and she's like, oh, I didn't get it. And I'm like, it shows delivered, and then it shows undeliverable to address. So what happened? They returned it back to my drop shipper. My drop shipper never bothered to contact me. So I asked them, and I'm like, oh, do you guys have it? And they're like, yeah. Do you want us to resend it, or what do you want us to do? The girl opens up a claim through eBay. It gets denied because eBay shows it's delivered. But then she goes to PayPal, and PayPal approves it for her. So now she's got her money back. And I actually had the dropshipper send me the bikini, so I have it now. Because she's in Bali right now. So if I were to ship it to her, oh, I didn't get it. I was in Bali and somebody stole it off my porch.
Did you?
I haven't blocked her yet, but you know that if they've purchased from you before, if they've sent you messages, even if you block them, I think they can still contact you.
They can still contact you, but they can't buy anything else.
But they can't buy anything else. Yeah, so I have to end up doing that. And I really don't know what's going to happen. When she comes back from Bali, she might want to tell me that she wants to get it again. But at that point, I'll be sending her an invoice or blocking her or something because, come on, this is ridiculous.
I had a gallon bottle of carpet cleaner that was sent through FBA to a buyer in Washington. It went from their from their Northern California warehouse to Washington, showed as undeliverable as addressed. Mm-hmm. And it showed it was on its way back, and now it's somewhere here in Southern California, and I have
no idea where it's at.
No idea.
It went to the Bell Gardens facility, which is about 25 miles from me, the Bell Gardens postal facility. I have no idea where it's at now. I don't know if it's going back to Amazon, if it's coming to me. I haven't contacted it was an FBA item, so I figured call Amazon, right?
Yeah, I would tell Amazon and be like, where's my return? Because if the buyer has a certain time frame to return it back to Amazon, and if they don't return it to Amazon, then Amazon is supposed to reimburse you.
Well, I think this was undeliverable by Amazon. I still have the money from the sale.
I would contact Seller Central and just double check to see what they would say about that. Yeah, because
I know what's going on.
I'm going to say that if you use Amazon for shipping and they're doing a return, and Amazon does not get that return within a certain amount of time, you actually don't do the return.
Right.
Well, they will have still returned it to the buyer. The buyer will still get their money back, but Amazon will reimburse you.
Right.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to refund right away and take it out of your account, even though they don't have the item back.
Yes, that's what will happen. Is the buyer will get their money back,
and then you get it back.
And then you get it back after a certain time period if they didn't return it, or if when they returned it, it was damaged or something, and they determined it was the buyer's issue.
Oh, okay.
So depending on what it is. Now, so if I've had this
case dramas.
Not always. I mean, you kind of have to keep an eye on it because it takes a while. I think it's like 45 days after they open the return. So you do have to keep an eye on it because sometimes Amazon will forget. Mm-hmm. So you do have to keep your eye out. But yeah, I've got my money back for plenty of things. Now, you will have a few other situations where if you were the one who shipped it and the buyer, I've actually had it with FBA. They bought something. They bought a piece of luggage. The buyer's remorse, sent it back to me. Amazon charges me a fee for this type of return for luggage returns. So now I'm out of the money and I'm getting slapped with an additional fee. And then it was considered damaged. So they sent it back to me. And now I'm stuck with a damaged piece of luggage that wasn't damaged when I sent it out. And this was obvious that the buyer used it, left the tags on, but rolled it all over the place at the airport. Wow. And now I'm getting these damages. So
they end up looking as if you had sent it with those damages.
Yeah, that's what they're making it look like to Amazon. But I was like, no. I have photographic evidence of what the condition it was sent in, and I have photographic evidence of the condition I received it in. So I contacted Amazon and I fought with them, and they gave me my money back. Or at least they gave me what they considered the luggage was worth.
Right. It's their
estimated value.
They have an
estimated value. They have their own way of figuring that out. But I at least recovered my money in that case. In other occasions, I've made some money. And this one, I at least recovered what I spent originally.
You brought up something that was I wanted to bring up in the shipping topic. Photographing when you ship. I have video surveillance of everything I do. Whenever I ship 2 items, I always take a picture of the 2 items in the box and stick it on Dropbox. Mm-hmm. I have sent buyers emails with those 2 pictures on multiple occasions. You sent me one, you didn't send me the other. I send them the picture with the 2 in the box showing the label. All of those disappear. eBay, I don't know if eBay will back you on a case or anything like that. Probably not. But you can avoid it many scams that way if you do take a picture of anything that you're sending out that's multiple items.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll just give up at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They freak out. I had one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just found it. So I was,
Of course you
in a
did.
really
Yeah.
bad mood that day. So I wrote back. I had blocked him already. I wrote back, "Oh, how did you find it?" They wrote back, it fell out of the package. I said, "Well, the items are 3 inches long, and there were 2 of them taped together. How did it fall apart?" No more emails. No more emails. I let him have it. I was having a bad day, and I'd already blocked him. I knew they were a thief.
I had some mid-century modern flatware that it was just, I think, 4 pieces. I sent it to a buyer in New York. The cost on it, I think it sold for $19. My cost on it was free. I got them for free. I shipped it priority mail. Maybe it was a couple more pieces because it was heavy enough to go priority mail. I shipped it priority mail, got there in 2 days from California. Buyer contacts me the day after it shows delivered and says, "Hey, I didn't get it." And I'm like, "Can you check with your post office, your neighbors?" And she says, "Okay." She gets back to me like 2 days later and she says, it's not anywhere. We can't find it. And I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm going to refund you the money." I didn't have to, and I knew I didn't have to. And she even knew I didn't have to. I said, "I'm going to send you a refund for it, and, it's on me. Don't worry about it." And she says, "Thank you. I really appreciate it." A month later, she contacts me. It was delivered to her neighbor's house. Her son took it, put it on a chair in the spare bedroom, and it sat there for a month. Nobody noticed it or saw it.
Oh my gosh.
Neighbor found it, goes, "Oh my gosh, here," brought it over to her. She contacted me and sent me the money back.
That's nice.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. And, we go back to, of course, mentioning we will remember and we will joke and we will, tell the stories of people who've scammed us or done something absolutely crazy. But most buyers are honest. Most buyers will not give you a hard time. Most buyers are truly, genuinely happy to receive their items and won't give us these headaches. But, every now and then we have this situation. I have one relatively recently. She purchased a suitcase. And I sent it to her. She wanted to cancel the order like 2 days after it was shipped out. Can't really cancel it. I checked to see if I can reroute it, and the post office was going to charge me $40 to reroute it. That's not happening. So I told her, "Hey, when you got it, just reject it. Just tell the post office to return to sender." Okay, I'll do that. I don't know what happened, but the post office returned it back to her instead of sending it back to me. And I'm like, oh my God. It's a $200 piece of luggage. I wasn't going to give her the refund until I got it back, right? So she gets it back. We check the shipping, and of course, return to sender isn't going to work again. So eventually, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have her ship it to Amazon directly for me. So I'm like, "I'm going to have you send it to my warehouse. Please open it up, take out all the packing peanuts if I put any, because I probably did, and tape it back up. I really appreciate it, but they don't like peanuts at the warehouse. I'm going to email you a shipping label, and please drop it off at your nearest UPS office." So I did that. Bought the shipping label to UPS from her address to wherever they told me to send it to. It cost me $8. And so we're not really supposed to tell them exactly what it costs to ship from Amazon, but it varies so much, it doesn't matter. So it was only $8 versus $40 or $60 for her to have it sent back to me because she was in California. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I can absorb the $8. She did send it. I got the tracking. Everything was fine. It arrived at the warehouse. I returned her money, and it sold maybe like 2 weeks later. So it's all good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're dealing with somebody in Cindy's online selling tips and costs that buyer bought something. They shipped it to the addresses listed. And a couple weeks later, they get a message that it arrived broken. So she says, "Okay, ship it back and I'll give you a refund." She ships it back and it comes back from Japan.
What?
And so she's posting about this, trying to figure out, what the heck happened? Why I shipped it to a U.S. address. Why is it coming back from Japan? I said, "Oh, you shipped it to a freight forwarder." So I got, sure enough, it's a freight forwarder in, I think, Florida. Well, items that go through a freight forwarder are only guaranteed until they get to the forwarder. After that, the forwarder is responsible for it. Well, the forwarder forwarded on to Japan and it arrived there broken because the freight forwarder may have repacked it or who knows what.
Right.
Instead of contacting the freight forwarder, the buyer contacted the seller. And so now the seller, so they opened up a PayPal claim and PayPal paid the claim off with her money. So now she's filing an appeal and she sent them all the information showing that it's a freight forwarder, the address, everything, and that it was a foreign transaction. I told her to go into PayPal, look at the transaction and see if it was a non-U.S. buyer, and it was. So we sent them all, and we're still waiting for the results of her appeal.
Well, she should get that removed. I mean, that should come back for her.
PayPal should reimburse her. PayPal should not have reimbursed the buyer.
Approved that, no.
They should have known that themselves. Don't they know where the thing goes?
They only knew that it was a U.S. address. They didn't realize that it came back from a Japan address.
I see. So once she submitted the information, then they could go from there.
Right. They just decided on the case too fast. They didn't give her enough chance to provide information.
They might have just done it automated based on the tracking and what they had in their automated system instead of going manually. Yeah.
Well, she may have responded to the case herself right away, not realizing it was a freight forwarder. But as soon as she told me what it was, I said, "Oh, that was a freight forwarder that did that."
Okay, that makes sense.
If you guys are to ship regularly instead of like the way you guys do now, if you were to use PayPal shipping or eBay shipping, what do you guys find to be easier with volume?
eBay. Although I've used PayPal's multi-shipping lots of times, not for eBay stuff, but for personal stuff or things that's sold somewhere else. Before I opened up the Stamps account, for most everything, like if my in-laws asked me to send them something to Puerto Rico, or if I had something sell on Bonanza and they didn't have the option. I mean, they do now, but there was a while there that I think you can, or I don't know, it would never show up properly for me. So I would just ship it from PayPal's multi-shipping system. So I've used it a lot, but it's easier from eBay.
Roger, how many items are you sending out a month or a week?
Oh, gosh. Well, it varies a lot. I don't know. It varies a lot. I mean, I would say every day is a minimum of 10 things out the door, but it can be anywhere from 10 to 100 items in a single day.
Jesus.
In my opinion,
fabulous.
You should be using a ship management software.
I know I should. That's why my questions, I've been being very quiet because I've been listening to the answers instead of talking over everybody.
I mean, even if you just use, you're selling mostly eBay, right?
I sell only eBay and Bonanza.
So you can manually enter your Bonanza sales into Octane. If you do Octane Ship Manager on eBay, you can ship using any site. But certain orders may have to be manually inputted. Octane will pull all eBay orders. It will pull all PayPal orders. And it will pull Amazon orders, although you're not using Amazon, even though it's an app on eBay. Now, Octane may at some point be going away. I don't know that for sure. But you should definitely be using ship management software. It is so easy.
Because those Bonanza sales, I have one or two every few days. And oh gosh, it's such a pain.
ShipStation, ShipRush, ShipWorks, there's all kinds of them out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that too. I wrote it down.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of Octane, so it'll be worth
that's
a look
new
at that.
to me.
Octane is owned by ShipStation, which is a scaled down version of ShipStation.
I'll check that out, definitely.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys. Oh, it's okay. So Mary put up the website because I was going to spell it with an O. Okay. All right, guys. So I do have to start wrapping this up because of time constraints with the family. But I wanted to see did we have any final questions or anything else that anybody wanted to mention real quick. And of course, remember, we will be posting the replay links. We will be posting this up on YouTube. It'll get shared out on Facebook and our different groups all over as well. So if you guys want to watch it again, or if you wanted to see any of the information that we've shared today, it will be available to you within a few hours. Blab will send me the replay info after a little bit. So does anybody have anything else they would like to add, you guys?
Thank you, David, for coming.
Yes.
My pleasure. And I hope to see
3
some of
things
you
I wrote
guys-
down.
I hope to see some of you guys at eBay 20 in San
Oh
Jose.
yeah.
I'm not.
I
gonna
will.
be there.
I will definitely be there, though. I get in on Wednesday, so I will probably see you at the party. You're going to go to the party, right?
Yes, I'll be there when I get in about noon Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, I get in at 1, so I'm going to have dinner.
Periscope me.
Yes, I will be doing Periscope when I'm over there. I will do Periscope on the way to the party, and I might do it at the party a little bit.
I hope so, because I am so
Yeah.
upset I can't go.
Awesome.
My warehouse is being
There.
finished.
I wish you could. I actually got myself a microphone that I can clip onto my shirt, and I will be connecting it to my iPhone so that you guys can hear me better when I'm at the events over there.
Cool.
Yeah, so actually it's funny. I ordered 1, but I got 3 of them. They sent me 3. So
Let me
I'm going to
send
give
you my address. No,
I'm going to take 2 of them with me because I'm like, okay, I might need 2. And 1 I'm going to give away to a girlfriend who's trying to get herself up on Periscope and Blab.
Right.
So I did actually want to mention our next official Blab show is going to be this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we are going to have Stephanie Young-Inge and we're going to have Robin Levin, who are organizing the 1920s themed eBay's 20th anniversary kickoff party in San Jose. So we are going to be talking to them about all the juicy details about the party. So make sure to catch us on Friday. Tell your friends, tell everybody, tell a little bird, send it out on Facebook, show some love and support, you guys. Thank you so much, David, for coming in. That was a lot of good information. Thank you, Roger, for doing such a good job. We've been working really hard on getting the show out there, and I feel that it's going to go far. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And you guys have a great evening, and we will be seeing you around in cyberspace sometime.
awesome.
Bye.